What's up, dudes and dudettes? Welcome back to Dark Souls 2 presented by THB Brigade. I'm Seth, guide through Dragon Lake. I promised today that we would go and kill ourselves a giant. That's exactly what we're gonna do. Let's go to the Cardinal Tower. Do. It's gonna be a good day. Can you feel it? Can you feel that? Ooh, actually, let's look here first. I don't have any arrows. Ah, it's alright. We'll get some in a bit. Come on. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You did not hit me. Oh. Alright, well, maybe it's not gonna be such a good day. That was a bad way to start right there. That was a bad start to the game. It's alright though. Green blossoms. Green blossoms work exactly as they did in Dark Souls 1. Yeah, don't stay in it. You'll be dead. As far as I know, you cannot block those. You just die. Couldn't go all the way through. Okay. Alright. This room, it's dangerous because it's easy to get killed by having so many guys out there at once. But especially if you're a sorcerer, you really need to come in here. You get the Greater Soul Arrow in here, which is probably the best spell you're going to get for a little while if you're a sorcerer. But really you need to come in here if you're anyone, because there's a ring in here that we want to get. Let's open this first. And immediately back away! That is our first trapped chest of the game. That was a poison one. There are a couple different ones. That was a poison one though. Alright, this is our first Pharos Lockstone keyhole. I have no idea who Pharos was, or supposed to be, but he made funny looking keyholes. It also implies that he probably lived, it seems to imply that he lived around the time of the Giant Wars, just because you find his item here where the giants were. But I'm not so convinced of that though, because of a place we'll visit later on in the game that appears to be much more ancient. You see we got a Titanite slab of all things. I don't understand why there's a Titanite slab here. I mean, don't get me wrong, Titanite slabs are useful, but I'd have much rather had either a large shard or a chunk or something. This seems kind of strange. Alright, this door here does not open from this side, but we are going to get it to open, because there's some guys in there. They're going to open it for us. Thank you. Come on. Drop winged spear. Ugh. Alright. Playing like crud. I said earlier, or in the first video I should say, don't pick up the life ring. That's why. You can get the life ring right here pretty early on, which means that you really shouldn't waste it on your starting gift. The only reason to do that would be if you don't plan on coming to this room at all and you really want the life ring. And the life ring's not that good, so I don't really know why you'd want it. But it's the best ring we got right now. Let's talk to mild-mannered Pete.
Hello there. Traveling all alone in these treacherous times. Well, I hope you have a very good reason. Oh, hogwash. Who am I to judge? My name is Pate. I journey hither and thither on a sort of treasure hunt, you might call it.
If you'll notice, his gear is the starting gear for the warrior.
There's talk of unsavory bandits who prey upon travelers like yourself.
Is that meaningful? Probably not. Just interesting. He's probably actually a reference to Patches from the first game. He has some kind of the same mannerisms, and he doesn't flat out betray you, but he's not a good guy either.
Oh, yes. You be cautious if you go any farther. There's treasure in there for certain, but the entrance locks from behind. I was with this warrior, you see, and he insisted that he go inside first. The rather brusque fellow tried to swipe the loot for himself, but it trapped him inside. I still have the gent's ring. I do hope he wasn't harmed.
Alright, as you can see from the way he talks there, he obviously doesn't have your best interest in mind, nor anyone else's but his own.
I'll leave this one to you. I'm worried about what might be inside.
Are ya? Could be all sorts of things in here. You don't have... That gate will lock once you get in a certain ways. There we go. I'm actually skeptical that there is any mechanism for it. I wouldn't be surprised if Pate himself is the one that drops it. It's just strange. You don't seem to trigger anything. It just falls down. I want to get this. Oh. What? Oh my god, I hate these stupid freaking bombs. Uh-oh. Boy, I gotta stop sucking here. I'm gonna die. Alright, come on. Come on. Come on. Alright. Aromatic ooze. If you're wondering what aromatic ooze is, let's use one here. It's just a magic buff. That's all it is. There's a secret door there, but first we're gonna run up here. Alright, got all them. Now I'll run back down here. If you didn't start off as a sorcerer, and you want to play with some sorcery, you need to come in here. Because you get the staff and the amber herb, which the amber herb itself really doesn't help all that much, but you get the staff. Alright, and that is it for this little trap area, but it's important you go in here. Why? Because once you go in, you can then go down and talk to him again.
Well, I see you managed to escape. I hope that brave warrior didn't come a cropper either.
What does come a cropper mean?
Be careful out there.
Is that an
There's
English
talk of
term?
unsavory bandits who prey upon travelers.
I've
like
never
yourself.
heard that before. Talk to him one more time.
Oh, but you should take this. It allows undead to call out for help to one another across the fissures between worlds. With luck, somebody will lend you a hand.
Alright, he gave us the white soapstone, the big one. The one that you really need to use if you want to get any sort of meaningful co-op. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Alright, there we go. Let's equip it. I don't know that I'm going to do any co-op on this guy. I might. We'll see what's going on. He ain't dead. He's just playing. Playing to fool. Let me get this piece here. Let me show you something cool. Remember how Malentia said the giants turned into trees? She wasn't lying. These giants did turn into trees. I should say I don't think the giants from Dark Souls 2 are the giants from Dark Souls 1. I actually think the giants themselves are a golem of sorts. And I think they're made from arch trees. And I'll expand on that one when we get a chance, but for now, I should just say I don't think that the giants are the same giants from Dark Souls 1. I don't think think I can even use this effectively. Oh yeah, I can effectively use it two-handed. Alright. This is just a way to cheese these guys. You don't... I mean, it's up to you. You don't have to do it. It's just faster, or not faster, but easier. Uh-oh. I just edited out a sneeze in case you, well, hopefully I edited it out. Hopefully I remember to go back and do it. If not, I apologize. Because that was probably pretty loud. Alright. I cheese those guys. Let's get in here. In case you didn't know, let me show you something interesting. Alright. I'm going to exhaust my stamina here. Alright. If you exhaust your stamina, you cannot run again for a few seconds. That is actually a game, that's not a bug, your controller's not messing up, that's actually a gameplay design. If you exhaust your stamina, you cannot run again for a few seconds. Your stamina bar can be all the way full, doesn't matter, you still can't do it. However, if you exhaust it only partially, you can run again in a minute, no problem. So keep that in mind. And I've missed the jump. That's alright. There's nothing important up there. Oh my god. What? Alright. You know what? I don't know what kind of bull crap you're trying to pull. But that's enough of that. I have never had that happen to me or anything close to it. Of course it would happen when I'm recording everything. Mail breaker is in there. I believe that weapon can pierce shields, but it's not particularly good. Let's add another aromatic ooze onto here. These guys up ahead are not easy. This ironclad dude. Come on. Okay, well, obviously I made it look easy, but trust me, they're not easy. They're tough. If you get hit by them, it will wreck you. And that overhead smash he was doing cannot be blocked. Don't even try to block it. You can't block it. It'll break your guard and you'll be dead. Life gem. Soldier shield. Soldier shield in this one, yeah. In the first game, the hollow soldier shield was actually one of the better shields in the game. In this one, though, it is not very good. There's another guy faking his death. Nice one hit. More amber herbs, hence why I said don't buy them from Valencia. Sylvaname soldier. Don't dawdle on the sword because this dude right here comes off behind you. Let's go this way. See that? The sword was actually part of that statue right there. Now look at this. Look at the size of the sword. How on earth did it end up like this? It is like something picked it up and literally shoved it down in here. And the giants aren't big enough to do that. The giants are big, but they aren't big enough to do that. So I wonder what happened here. If that was post-Giant Wars or what? Alright. I'm gonna get a witching right now because this stupid freaking... Oh, I missed it again. Yep, and I missed it. I freaking hate trying to get crystal lizards with the stupid rapier. It's the one downfall of the rapier for me. I cannot kill crystal lizards, and once I get a bow, it won't be a problem. But those stupid lizards... Oh wait, I have a bow. Oh, I don't have any arrows. Oh, it wouldn't have mattered. Okay, that's alright. Alright, this door here brings us to the other side of Malencia's little tower here. We're gonna go back up and rest at the bonfire. before we do anything else. Oh, anything to burn. If you burn a human effigy at a bonfire, it makes it so you pretty much can't be invaded for a while. Not a 100% you can't be invaded, but it lowers the chance by quite a bit. But like I said, new game, it's almost impossible to get invaded on new game unless you're in specific areas and you're doing specific things. Alright. Oh my god. This the Durant fix thing made these things bright as the sun for a second there. Alright. I'm online, so obviously that's why I see so many summon signs here. But the giant's pretty easy, so we're just going to summon Mild Mannered Pate, so we have a chance to do his quest if we want. In case you're wondering, in Dark Souls 1 it was often suggested that you do not summon NPCs for fights, because NPCs tended to be awful. Their AI was awful, they didn't usually help you, and all they really did was give the bosses more health. NPCs in this are quite a bit better. The AI is much, 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 much improved. And while they do sometimes do stupid things, more often than not, summon away. I don't really need this buff, but I'm going to do it anyways. Cutscene! Here's one of the main reasons I don't think the giants from Dark Souls 2 are the same as Dark Souls 1. It's not so much the face. The face and body could have just been hidden on Goth and the giant black sweat for one that you couldn't really tell. Rather, it's the fact that look at the size of the arms and legs. They just look completely different. Given also the fact that they look like stone and that they turn into trees when they die, which is one of the main reasons I think they're from arch trees. I don't think they're the same thing. Alright, let's see if I can show you what's going on here. Oops, I missed. Mild Mannered Pate does a really good job of grabbing the giant's attention. Although I don't really want the giant to be down here in the corner. Oh no. That would have been really bad right there. Alright, come on, buddy. Now you decide to do the guard break. Oh, I missed him. Sorry, Pate should have him here. Or not. Pate's just getting beat down. Alright, he's dead. Be very careful if you're fighting the giant from the front. He actually can fall forward. And when he does, if you're under him, I've never seen anyone survive the hit. I don't know if it's an automatic one-hit KO or not, but be careful. Alright, we got Soul of the Last Giant. Soul of the surviving giant who was bound below the forest of giants. I actually don't think he was bound. I think he fell. And then they might have just tried to lock him away then. But I don't think he was like particularly bound here. Many seasons had come and gone, and the giant prepared for his final rest. But his soul remained magnificent, testimony to his former strength. Now, just because I say that I think giants are golems doesn't mean that I don't think they have souls or even wills of their own. They may. I just don't think that they are the same giants as in Dark Souls 1. I think they're made from arch trees. And we'll have some more stuff later on to hopefully add some weight to that. What else did we get? We got Soldier Key. The fort was erected in the forest to face the giants, but now the soldiers are lost in hollow. They are enfeebled, but not without honor, and continue to steadfastly defend their country. Okay, so there you have the knowledge of Ah, I need 7 to use it. That's right, we'll homeward bone. Knowledge of the age of the fort. It was erected to face the giants. That was a long time ago. And then the giant wars waged for a long time. At least 3 generations. And I will show you why in a bit. Why it was 3 generations. But it was. Which implies generally a generation is considered to be 30 to 40 years. Sometimes shorter, sometimes longer in human history. Sometimes shorter, sometimes longer. Depending on how quick the production rate is in the culture. But in this, I think it's safe to say at least 30 years. And if that's the case, we're talking at least 90 years, probably upwards of 100, that the war itself was waged.
Is that a shop? Here, to see. However.
And I'm not just saying that. There's an item up here that we will get that will show you why that is the truth. Let's see. Dad, can we get to... Let's bump our strength up to 10 for now. Get it close enough. What affects fire? It is int. Oh, faith affects it too. Okay. Grab some more dex. More dex. You can never have too much. Well, that's not true. You can't have too much dex. You can have too much of anything in this game. Alright, let's see if we can reinforce. We can. Oh, I don't have enough souls for...
I'll be around.
Oh, I don't have any left. Alright, well, let's at least buy some arrows.
I'll be around.
We have 2 souls. 2 dose souls. Alright, we're going back to the Cardinal Tower. Why, you ask? Because there's another boss in the Forest of the Giants, that's why. As you can see, Malentia's gone. She has gone to Majula. She's there now. She has an item that we can try to get later. We're not going to bother right yet. Let's get rid of the crossbow and add the actual bow. He dropped an item. It could be a shard. I'm going to go for it. It was just the leggings, of course. Alright, we're going back the way we came. Did I save any? I did not save any witching urns. That's okay. Witching urns themselves are not really all that useful. Come on. Okay, whatever. Oh god, what am I stuck on? Oops, I missed. Come on. That is the guard break. You hit forward and right button, or well, light attack, whatever that is for you, and it will do that. Alright. Soldier key, used right here. One of its uses. Like I said earlier in the other video, if you want, you can go to the side area now that I told you I was not going to. That is up to you. Stab fish in. With a rapier, you really don't need to backstab fish. I did. I'm gonna run up here. Alright. Through that fog gate is the pursuer. I did not show you the pursuer earlier on, did I? I forgot to do that. Oh well, we'll see him now. Pursuer is sweet. Probably the coolest looking guy. One of the coolest looking guys in the game, in my opinion. Often there are summoning signs around here. I don't know why there aren't any summoning signs right now. It's kind of strange. This is a decent place for PvP. A lot of people have trouble with the pursuer early on. He's not easy by any means. Especially if you're new. Well, especially if you're new. Yeah, if you're new, he's pretty tough. I'm not going to summon anybody here because I don't see any signs. Look at him. at how sweet he is. I want to be him. See, he also appears to be consumed by dark. He has a move that can curse you, which sort of lends to that. He is one bad looking mother. Alright. To the right. The name of the game is either roll or to the right. You don't want to roll over there, though. That is not a place you want to be. See, I'm doing pretty good damage to him with the magic right here, or with the magic used rapier, I should say. Although, if I didn't have it magic fused, it would still do pretty good damage. Do not get hit by that. Don't try to block it. You can't block it. If you do get hit by it, you'll be cursed. Cursed in this game is not the same as in Dark Souls 1. You just go hollow if you get cursed, which is not the end of the world. If you get cursed, you just go hollow, which I don't believe affects your no death run. I don't believe. Now, I'm not saying you should go ahead and try it to test it, but I don't believe it affects the no death run. But it can be annoying. It does limit your health. Oh no. Haha. Sucker pursuer. He's not really all that tough if you know what you're doing against him. A lot of new players have trouble with him because he's fairly quick and he has that 3 combo attack, which can pretty much one-shot you if he gets all 3 of them on you. You see these ballista back here? It is possible to hit him with these ballista. One full hit will almost, if not kill him. However, it is incredibly hard to do if you're by yourself. Now, when you summon phantoms, for whatever reason, phantoms tend to love to get back here and try to shoot those and kill him. But here's the thing. They can kill you too. That's right, the phantoms you summon can kill you with the ballista. So be very cautious if you're summoning phantoms. Keep an eye on them. If they come back here, get yourself out of the line of fire. There's also one over here, but he destroyed it in the fight. Just keep that in mind. It can end the fight quickly, but it can also get you killed. See, there's another giant over there. We're going to come back up here in a sec. First, we're going to go down here. I'm going to show you something. This is the Drain Lake set. Only missing the helm. Let's see. Drain Lake sword is actually classified as a great sword. Not a straight sword. It's actually classified as a great sword. Great Sword of Drummond, Royal Army Captain. An old unadorned sword, perhaps, but the pride and joy of this venerable captain. An heirloom, passed from grandfather to father, and then from father to son. Drummond and those before him used this sword to repel those who would threaten their great land. Passed from grandfather to father, from father to son. 3 generations. Traditional Drain Lake armor belonged to Captain Drummond. Drummond's ancestors have served Drain Lake for generations, principally as defenders of the Great Fort. But Captain Drummond's last in this proud line. Now, the sword leaves it kind of open. You could say, oh, well, defenders could mean anything. But the fort was built specifically to combat the giants. This was the male of his ancestors who defended the fort. Henceforth, at least 3 generations have fought the giants. There could have been more, even. I mean, you know, it's hard to say. I'm just going to ignore that guy. But at least 3 generations fought the giants in the war, implying that it was at least 100 years. It could have been longer than that. I'm of the opinion that we are somewhere between 2,000 and 5,000 years after Dark Souls 1. I think probably closer to 5 than 2. But either way, uh, it's been a long time, and so a lot of things have happened. But I also think we're a long ways away from when King Vendrick actually ruled the land. I think it's been a long time since Drang Lake was actually a kingdom. It has been rubble for a while. Okay, right here. This, I don't want to read the message, I want to examine it. This will take us to the next area, which we are not actually going to do yet. Notice that's an eagle. We're going to find eagle symbolism a lot in the game, implying that they had something to do with the area. It's not crows, like back in Dark Souls 1. Alright, this is the Lost Bastille. This is the Tower Park. There are two ways to get to the Lost Bastille. This is one. This is closest, I believe, to the Ruined Sentinels, which are one of the bosses in the area. The other way is going through Hyde's Tower of Flame, which we are going to go do in the next video. We're not going to do anything here. We just wanted to get the bonfire. Because later on, I want us to get a certain area and a certain guy that we want to talk to much easier. What do we got here? Soul. Let's check the Pursuer's soul. Soul of the Pursuer who lurks in Drangleek. The Pursuer who seeks the bearer of the sign will not rest until his target is slain. The Pursuer who seeks the bearer of the sign will not rest until his target is slain. I'm of the opinion that the Pursuer was created by Aldea or Vendrick, with the sole purpose of making sure that the chosen undead could not rekindle the bonfire. I think that was his sole purpose. Not just him, there are actually more than one Pursuers. I think he was created by either Aldea or Vendrick to make sure that the chosen undead could not rekindle the flame, because Vendrick wanted to end the curse. He wanted it done. He did not want to deal with it anymore, and he was looking for a way to do it. But if the undead kindled the flame, it was just going to start the cycle all over again. So he was seeking a way to end it. I do have enough now to do the rapier.
I'll be around.
Let's get that up there. Alright, I'm going to do some leveling. I don't think there's anything else we need. So this is it for this one. Later, dudes.